Hello, hello. Do we want to get a little bit of background music somewhere in the background for at least a couple minutes? I don't know if we do. Maybe that's way too much volume. How's everybody doing? Just got done with Crypto Grady's stream on YouTube. So that delayed ours a little bit here. If you did not catch Crypto Grady and that stream, you definitely want to do that. Let's see. What have we got over here? Crypto Grady. He's doing a giveaway and stuff like that. Definitely want to shout out to his channel. We'll drop that into chat. Got lots of good videos. And I think we just did all videos, and then if you look at lives, let's see, past live streams, it's the one that we just got finished right there. So definitely want to check that one out. All right, good stream indeed. Okay, so let's pick back up. I guess we'll say good meridian here again. Good meridian, everyone. Whether that's AM or PM for you, I hope y'all are doing well. Super excited about some of the stuff that's going on. We were talking about getting prepped for the Clayton expansion, what we're going to do about Jade. Something that was covered a little bit on his channel, as well as getting in or looking into a little bit more some of the guilds. I'm not sure what all the guilds are going to be doing, but I think I would like to start to poke around a little bit. Crypto Grady, hey man, thanks for being here. If you want to, I know you just came off of your stream. I don't know if you want to jump on mine voice or not. I don't want to put any pressure on you, but I guess I'm gonna hop over into the Discord and get into the lobby. If you do, love your chat, by the way. Really good group of people, not only in your audience there, but Link also very cool guy. And thanks for doing that too. Yeah, I think that there was a lot of good talk. One of the things that I didn't want to jump in and intrude too much on was the what to do on your first day with Jade when you were getting in. And you know, we were talking about one thing you might do if Jade really shot up there in value. You might end up selling that. And so I was thinking about that a little bit. How much right now is a Gen0 hero? Anywhere between 5,000, 10,000, kind of at the low end of some value there as well, right? So what I was thinking is if you put $1,000 of US value into Jade, and then it 10x's, right? So $1,000 10xing to 10,000, and then you pull and you withdraw that, that almost guarantees you at least kind of a low end, being able to buy kind of a low end Gen0 hero, right? Let's go over to Wallet Analytics or DFK Analytics, and let's look real quickly at Gen0s. I want to buy a Gen0. Let's go ahead and do a search. And so here you're looking at 12,000. Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. So if we look at these Gen0s, let's say, and there's quite a few of them for sale right now. My goodness, looks like 57 of them. 57 Gen0s for sale right now. How about that? But if we look at a calculator right here, and let's go for a mid-range, something that's not quite the floor. Looks like we could get some, well, let's do the floor. 12,000. And Crystal right now is what? About 25 cents. So if we multiply that by 25 right there, you're talking about $3,000 for one of the lowest end Gen 0s. But if you want to look at 30,000 Crystal, multiply that also by 25 cents or something. So you're talking about only $7,500. And if you think that Jade might 10x, then again, if you put $1,000 into Jade, it 10x's to 10,000, and you pull that out, you know, you're talking about being able to afford a pretty substantial Gen 0 right away. And what's better, I feel, about this is you have more of a chance to pick one that you want. And look at all of these Gen 0s right here. So some of them right around the floor, 12,000, 13,000, 14,000 are rares. But look at this. We were talking about getting one for 30,000. And here it's 17,000, 19,000, 20,000. And even here, those are legendaries. And you've got some mythics for under 30,000, right? Just a couple, but still, you've got 2 mythics for under 30,000. So your 1,000 US dollar value turning into 30 or turning into $10,000 could get you some of these legendaries. Hey, Sardo, great to see you again. Saw you on Crypto Grady's channel not too long ago. Welcome on in. I thought we'd do a tag team. Just jump right over from Crypto Grady's to my channel. So yeah, now that we look at this a little bit more, Grady, I think that this is probably the way to go, right? And not necessarily worry so much about winning that raffle. I think the chances of you winning the raffle are somewhat small. I also tried quite extensively to get in on the raffle for Crystal Veil and stuff like that, and did not get any Gen 0s. I also tried with the Perilous Journey heroes and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, none of the things that I've tried so far have gotten me a Gen 0. I've had to go out and purchase every single one. I say every single one, only 4, but still, I've purchased every one of those Gen 0s that I have, while at the same time trying to do everything I could to, you know, had a lot of value staked in X Jewel at the time, did the Perilous Journey stuff with just about all of my heroes at the time, and anything else that I could do, I was trying to do. I think for the Gen 0s, I had put in probably about 100,000 US dollars worth of value into X Jewel, which still didn't get me that. And of course, that's fine. You know, that you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. But I guess what I'm getting at there is, if I would have put in $100,000 into something and then it would 10x, and I would have pulled it out then, I would be able to buy a lot more Gen 0s now than I won trying to get that same amount through the raffles, right? So, and even if you don't 10x, right? So let's say that Jade only 7x's. Well, if Jade only 7x's and you put in 1,000, you're still left with $7,000, and that means that if 30,000 Jewel, or I'm sorry, 30,000 Crystal is going to be just over $7,000, then $7,000 or 1,000 to a 7x coming back out to Crystal is going to be, is still going to be able to get you a lot or a wide variety of Gen 0s out there. Right. And better yet, rather than a random one, getting a random one, you'd be able to pick a little bit more carefully. Tell you what, let's set a maximum price right here of 30,000 as well. And then we can do a search, and then we can quickly see down here 46. So you have an opportunity to choose from 46 Gen 0s, with that kind of money there, right? Let's see. Sardo saying, you guys have been breaking it tonight. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I think I'm on the same page with you there, Grady. Put in the money that you want right there at the beginning. Make sure that you are selling when it, does some substantial X amount. And I would say even 2X or 3X might be good. If you're trying for a Gen0, again, some of the lowest end Gen0s here are about 3,000 or 4,000. So even if you put in just $2,000 and that 2Xs, then you'll end up with $4,000 and you'll be able to buy at least one Gen0, right? So if we had $4,000 here and 25 cents, well, that's not what I meant to do. If you have $4,000 and you're multiplying that out, they're 25 cents each. So really you've got 4, then that's 16,000, which look at this. There's quite a few Gen0s that you could get for $4,000 there. Kind of depends how much it pumps, right? And what I'm getting at here is if you put in 2,000 and it only does a 2X, then you could still get quite a wide variety of Gen0s. Yeah. I would think if I was going to, maybe what I would want to do is do something like 24,000 times 0.24. So if you put in close to $6,000, then you might be able to get yourself a couple or several Gen0s, which I think would be pretty cool. Of course, not a lot of people have that kind of money laying around. I think I'm going to have somewhere close to another $6,000 here very soon, if I can maneuver some of my money around in time. And if I do, then I think that's probably what I'm going to do with this next 6,000 US dollars injected into DFK, is probably set it up so that, man, I got so burned with getting into Crystal that first day and it pumping right away and then dumping right away, very quickly, by the way, very quick dump. That man, that's going to be tough to time that market just right, because of course you don't want to dump too early, because if it's going to 4X, you don't want to dump when it's 2X, right? So that's going to be a little tough. Potatoes. Hey, how you doing, Zabu? Welcome on in. All right, but those Gen0s I think are going to be pretty good, and I'm leaning quite a bit more towards just pulling out or getting those rewards in right away, rather than try to stick it out through the raffle. Although I'm sure, let me change that. I am 100% positive that I'm going to leave some amount in hopes for the raffle, for a couple of reasons. One is because I really do want to support the community. And I don't necessarily think that it needs to be all about me getting a Gen0 hero. That would be nice, and I think that I can pull some funds out and be able to get another Gen0 if it was to 2X. But also, I really want to support their idea and concept of staking that for a longer amount of time. So I definitely want to have some fairly large portion of my money also just going for it and trying to get that raffle. right? Maybe 25% of my input then might go towards trying to win that raffle. Also, I'm a little bit of a degen in that way too, perhaps, in that it's much more fun and interesting to win the raffle rather than to buy a Gen0, even though buying a Gen0 has a lot of advantage to winning the raffle. Again, when you get to pick and research what you want to buy rather than just getting a random one, there is a lot to be said for that. But because DFK team is hoping, and one of the community events, if you want to call it that, is to try for the raffle. I definitely want to take part in that raffle attempt and possibly try to win one as well, but probably not with 100% of my funds. Yeah. Yes, indeed. So, Crypto Grady, great stream. Again, if y'all did not watch his stream an hour ago, make sure you go check his new stuff out on YouTube. And there was a giveaway. In fact, another giveaway is going to be either tomorrow on Wednesday, or is the next giveaway going to be on Thursday? I guess, though, technically you had to be there today to win the giveaway on Thursday, right? But I think in general, what you're trying to do, Grady, is you're just trying to reward those people that are there in your chat from day to day. So if y'all are watching Crypto Grady live, if you haven't been, might be a good idea to get in there. And I think he's going to be doing some more giveaways, but you've got to be in his channel live to participate in that. In fact, just like my channel right here, so in about 10 more minutes, we're going to do our first drawing for my channel today to try to get a reward, either a pet or an egg or something. And speaking of eggs, guess what? We have an egg to hatch today. We were supposed to do this yesterday, but Crypto Grady jumped on my channel and we got so hyped up in our conversation that we did not end up hatching that egg. But if we go over to the marketplace over here, I'm pretty sure incubate eggs, select egg to incubate. Oh, it's not in here. It's not in this one. So it must be in my other account. Let's come over here to DFK 3. I think it's over here. And then if we go into the hatchery here, no? Let's refresh this. Am I looking in the wrong place? There we go. Hatch. Hatch the blue pet egg. And we're not going to do that right at this very second, but we are going to hatch this egg today on stream. This is going to be the very first ever pet egg that I've hatched. We're going to do it live right here on stream. All right, so let's see. Mystical Meows, woohoo! Absolutely. Great to see you here, Mystical Meows. Let's see what else. That's right, heavy past involvement guys in the channel also get a ticket. Nice, very good. And so current people and people who have been big fans of the channel for a while, very cool indeed. Yeah, I feel the same way. So one of the things that I'm doing, Grady, I think you might know, that I'm doing giveaways for this and this Rock 808 Play to Earn reward ticket. I don't know if you've been on my channel when we've been doing this or I've been talking about it. I know that you've been watching some of my streams after the fact, so you might already be aware of it. And then we're also doing the Wheel of Names for spinning and winning. So 9A, 7A was the last winner that we had this morning from this morning's stream for that. And then, of course, you're able to win these NFTs. These are NFTs that are available on the Polygon blockchain. And holding these or having these this weekend on Saturday is when we're going to be pitching these into a hat, if you would call it that. And then a drawing will be drawn from those with these raffled tickets. And you're going to win something. It's either going to be another egg. Last weekend we gave away a green egg. This weekend, it might be an egg, it might be some other loot, some stamina potions or a collection of stamina potions, possibly a newly summoned hero, something like that. I haven't fully decided yet. I'm asking for ideas in the Discord. So if you are in the Darlantis Discord, which is kind of my Rock 808 stuff, and if you look under the giveaways section, then you can see we've got some ideas. Gen 1, newly summoned Gen 1, some random loot, jewel or crystal. J-Dub suggested pets or eggs. Looks like Big Meta Joe recommended or suggested attunement crystals, stamina potions, all that kind of stuff. And so you can go here on my Discord in the giveaways and yeah, make some suggestions. What else would y'all like to see being given away on my channel? And to do that, you're going to need these reward tickets. How do you get the reward tickets right here? You are listening to my stream every half hour. So 6 chances a day, 9:30 a.m., 10:30, 11:30 a.m., and then 2:30, 3:30, and 4:30 p.m. We'll be spinning the name wheel and giving out these tickets for your entries into the reward system on the weekends. Yeah, very cool. So in about 5 more minutes, we'll do our next spin of the wheel for all of that. Let's see. Sardo says, withdrawing from crystal pools to move into X-Jewel is so hard to do, though. Losing out much rewards for a dump that might not come. So Sardo, I think what you're talking about there is the when you say dump, are you talking about the you're talking about a potential rise of jade value or something else? So I think why we're moving out of some of those other pools, like the crystal pools and all that kind of stuff, the reason that we would want to move out of those now or early is because we want to get jewel specifically prepared. In other words, we don't want to have crystal, we don't want to have Bitcoin, we don't want to have some of these other things, especially when we look at the value of some of those tokens right now. With Bitcoin going down, and Bitcoin, this is a chart of Bitcoin over the last several months, we see this very big downward trend over the last several months. If Bitcoin does continue to go down, then we're losing a little bit of value if we're holding Bitcoin in a liquidity pool. If we're looking at crystal specifically right now, and we look at crystal, then crystal did go up in US value over the last month or so, but over the last few days especially, we've seen a massive drop in crystal prices, right? Up from 28 cents down to a low down here of 23 cents. And right now it's at 23.80. So just about to get to 24 cents maybe again. But when we look at Jewel, if we flip this pair and look at Jewel, Jewel's also been down, right? So Jewel still is in a downtrend as well. So you're saying, well, why does it matter? Why would we want to hold it? Well, when you look, or when you click over here to switch the pricing, instead of US dollars, look at the pricing compared to crystal, then here we can see that for a while now, or a while back, Jewel was dropping in price compared to crystal, but now over the last several days, Jewel has radically shot up when compared to crystal. And here we're seeing a little bit of fluctuation. But I'm going to suspect that over the course of the next week or 2 weeks, we're probably going to see that more people are going to be dumping or getting out of crystal. They're going to want Jewel, and especially when Jewel 2.0, Jeweler 2.0 opens, you're only going to be able to deposit Jewel into that Jeweler 2.0. You're only going to have to be able to deposit Jewel. And so everyone, I say everyone, I think a large portion of the community is going to want that Jewel. And when you have a limited supply and a high demand, then of course prices are going to shoot up. So I think if you wait too long to do that, you're going to see higher prices for Jewel than if you were to get out of those pools now, right? And even if Jewel is dropping a little bit, just like all the other cryptos, it doesn't make any difference if you're in Bitcoin or Crystal. Those are dropping as well. So why not get into the token that you want to be in before more people start to recognize, or especially when Jeweler 2.0 opens, and then there's like almost a panic in the streets as everyone realizes that there is a equivalent to something like a 4,000% APR, and then you start having a lot of people trying to get into Jewel with that limited supply there, right? So anyway, yeah. So Sardo says, nice way to nice it way clear now. Absolutely, yeah. It's a little. Hope I can clear things up for that. And again, I'm just kind of speculating. This is definitely not financial advice. But this is what I'm looking at when I am considering my strategy, right? Guess what time it is? It is 3:30. So let's go ahead and do a little bit here in the stream. So let's take a look at users. You got to say something in the last few minutes. If anyone is still here in chat, go ahead and say hi in chat right now, or doesn't matter what you say. Say anything you want, but say something in chat and get your name on this list of users right here for the 3:30 giveaway. Hey Nobel, how are you doing? I thought some of y'all might be lurking in the background a little bit. So Sardo, I think you've said something recent enough that you're on the list. Nobel, you should see this here pop up soon. Mystical Meows, if you are still lurking there in the background, and yep, there you go. And let's see. Grady, if you are still around as well. Mike, hello, Mike. Welcome on in. Awesome. Nice. Very cool. All right, we're gonna give anybody else lurking in the background potatoes. All right, awesome. Glad to see you're still here as well. And tosses a big potato into chat. Nice. Awesome. Very good. Make sure you get yourselves in here. I'm going to give everyone else if another 30 seconds or 60 seconds to get in here, just in case someone's in the kitchen and they need to sprint over into the living room where their computer is and leap over the couch to type something into chat. You must have said something into chat in the last few minutes, but these are the names on our list. And then we're going to take these names over to the wheel. Even though I could roll right here for the giveaway, I found that I like the wheel of names better. It just makes it more fun and interesting for the giveaway, I think. All right, let's go ahead and take these names as they are right here. Control C to copy. And let's, I should be able to clear all of this out. Tell you what, let's refresh this. Yeah, that's not going to clear it out either. So, I don't want to be doing this manually every time. Let's come down here. These were our winners last time. We're just going to take them out, and we'll paste in this list of names, including a rollover. We have not had rollover win yet. But rollover is, so no winners this time if it does turn out to be a rollover, but we are going to make the next winner, or we'll have 2 tickets in for next winner if we get that. So let's do a Control C, and we're going to paste this a couple of times. I like to put a couple of copies of this in there just so we can have a little bit more excitement when the wheel starts to slow down and it's a little bit closer together. Let's even do one more, let's say. All right. So these are our list of names. Let's go ahead and spin this wheel and see who is going to win this time. Wheel of names. Who's it going to be? Mike 2, maybe? Oh, I'm so close. Oh, Mystical Meows. Congratulations. Woohoo. Mystical Meows. Thank you very much. Congratulations. So, Mystical Meows, you are welcome to send your wallet address in a private message if you want, or you can send it here in chat. First win, yeah, it is, I think. You haven't won in a while. So, congratulations on that. And I will be looking for your wallet address, maybe in a private Twitch message or a Discord message, and we can get that thing transferred over to you, right? So you'll be winning one of these Play to Earn reward tickets, which will get you into the entry on this weekend's giveaway, and that's going to be fantastic. So, yeah, congratulations again. We'll send the message. Awesome. Yeah, send it in the private. You bet. Very cool. Let's see here. And Crypto Grady says, you can take you out. Don't worry about that, Crypto Grady. I was going to do the same thing. I wasn't sure if you were going to be adding me to your list or not. Actually, I would love to be on your list if you care about that. I don't know. But if I did win, then I would just want it to be re-rolled to somebody else. But I thought that it would be kind of interesting to be in there just in case I won. I would just say, oh, let's re-roll again. All right, let's see here. So tell you what, y'all want to hatch the egg right now? Should we hatch this egg right now since we've got a number of people here in chat? Y'all might be kind of interested in this rather than waiting. My first egg ever. All right, so let's go ahead and hatch this blue pet egg. It is the first egg ever that I've hatched. Yay, let's go, Mike says. Absolutely right. Hatch, hatch. Let's give it a go. Nice. Okay, so let's see. Coming into the hatchery, so a couple of days ago on stream, I think it was Boss. One of the viewers, Boss Breedveld, I think, was in chat and just kind of randomly said, hey, have you hatched a pet egg yet? Or incubated one? And I've said, no, I haven't done that. And he said, oh, why don't you just do that? And I was like, okay. And just so kind of spur at the moment, we went in and set an egg to incubate for 24 hours. And so very randomly in the marketplace now, in the hatchery, we had put a blue egg in there. Let's go ahead and hatch this and see what we have now. Oh, before we do this, let's reject that. Before we do this, I'm going to start my superstition ritual on Pink Flame Day, which is always going to be on a Tuesday, by the way. Tuesday is Pink Flame. On Pink Flame Day on Tuesday, I'm going to click the box for the rabbit, the little hidden rabbit, as a good luck charm for getting pets. And now after I've clicked the rabbit, on Pink Flame Day, we're going to go into the hatchery, incubate, hatch the egg, and see what we get here. Bum, bum, bum. I need a drum roll sound for all this. What are we going to get? What are we going to get? Look at this. Our pet has hatched. So here we've got a basilisk. I don't think this is too shabby. This seems like we could have done a lot worse, right? So we've got 2 stars for fishing, 2 stars for this right here. We see we've got a rare wind, 2 stars for fishing bonus, 2 stars for woodworking bonus, right? That's not too bad. What do y'all think for the very first pet that we have hatched? Nice little beauty basilisk there. Also, I guess one of the things that I'm not too familiar with is the backgrounds. So it looks like we've kind of got a snowy background. And if we look, I don't know. In fact, Crypto Grady probably knows a lot better than I do. Ryan, how you doing? So much DFK content today. I got to quit my job. Oh, yes. You know, Ryan, I don't know if you've watched me much before. I don't recognize your name here in chat, but normally I stream from 2 p.m. until 5 p.m. every day here on YouTube, and of course a morning stream on Twitch as well. But I could not miss Crypto Grady's stream. I think he started at 12:45 my time, and so he went on for quite a while, which I love. And I was even on his channel for a little bit, but I could not stop watching him or being a part of that until it was over. And then, of course, I delayed my own stream for that. So yeah, I agree. You know, got to quit your day job to keep up with all this content. I didn't want to miss 1 minute of Grady's streams. So indeed. So let's see. Crypto Grady says, that's a good one, exclamation mark. So I think it's probably pretty good. Let's check out this thing over here for infographics. It's so Grady says it's not odd pool or rare background, but it's a good 4-star pet. Yeah, it is a 4-star pet. And as far as the odd pool, I'm not too familiar with this, which is what I was getting at a minute ago, but on this infographic page, which let me drop a link to y'all if y'all are not aware of this, Stronghold has, or puts all this stuff together in the site DFK Expert, and infographics has a whole bunch of really great infographics. And this one that we're looking at right now is this odd pet variant. And so there's a Haywood Farmstead background, Volmira runes, Inner Grove background are going to be the rare backgrounds that we get there. So certainly not the one that I'm in. And then as far as the Basilisk goes right there, I don't have an odd pool as far as the pet goes either. But if you had a golden goose or a blue goose or something like that, unfortunate dog clan, these would be higher values than normal. So I think somebody, and Crypto Grady, you might know more about this than I do, because I haven't been watching pets too much for too long. But I think there have been some people that have sold really rare pets without knowing how rare they were, possibly because they weren't paying attention to the odd pet variants right in here. So definitely when you are hatching pets, you want to double check before you start selling those things. Do you have some type of special odd pet variant? And you really want to know that. So here, I think this one's a pretty good. So one of the things that I've heard is that common and maybe uncommon pets possibly aren't going to be worth holding on to because their upkeep, whether it's feeding, the cost of feeding them or whatever, is probably going to be more costly than the value that they're going to bring back to the player or the hero that they're attached to. I'm not, don't solidify that in stone. That is what I understand to be. So anything with rare or above is more likely to be worth holding on to for good use. So getting a rare right here, 4 stars, absolutely. So I cannot wait to be able to attach this guy to a fisher and get a little bit of extra bonus on the fishing skills as well. All right. Let's see. Crypto Grady says, that's right. Bravo says, almost after 2 years today, one of my assets is available to buy in the official Sandbox Marketplace. Awesome. Very cool. I'm glad that is finally available, and I'm better late than never, right? If it was 2 years waiting. Sardo says, they should definitely adjust that a little bit in the case of common pets, less food. Maybe so, Sardo. Part of the thing that I feel about, I'll tell you what, let's also take a snapshot of this. Boom, right here. There is my pet. And we're just going to save that as DFK pet. Pet 1. Pet 01. I'm probably going to have more pets. All right. So, Sardo, I think it could be okay to have hatching pets a little bit of a gamble, if you want to call it that, where not every pet is a winner necessarily. I might agree with you if we want to go down to uncommons, like maybe the cutoff should be uncommons rather than rares to be kind of balanced. But I definitely agree, or I do feel that it kind of makes it a little bit more exciting if some number of pets are just not worth it. And so we want to get rid of those. I guess it's a little sad that we'd have to put these out to pasture or something. But maybe if we just release them into the wild could be another way to say it. Just release them into the wild. Potatoes says, many have traded in for another egg, some rare odd variants. Yeah, that must really sting. Indeed. I'm not even sure if all of those people that have traded in some of their pets for a new egg even knew or even still know that they did that. Right? I guess there is a way to look that up and you could see what you got in the market, right? So one thing that we could do, if you were curious about that, you should be able to come into Discord and go into the DeFi Kingdoms Discord and scroll down somewhere down in here. There it is, pet hatching. So you could look at pet hatching right now and go down to the very bottom. Oops, am I down at the bottom? And we can see here that lots of people are hatching pets. There's mine right here. And so you could click on that, or at least see that Rock 808 has hatched this pet right here. And a bunch of other people are hatching right now as well. And so I guess you could tell or see that some people have sold theirs. All right. I think at the same time, you have pet sales and listings for all that kind of stuff there as well. Let's see. But yeah, that's the first pet that I've ever brought into this world. And then if we wanted to do pet trade-ins, we could right there. But I don't think I'm going to be trading that one in. Not too shabby. We'll find something to do with it. Oops, let's see. My pets. All right, so let's see. Bravo says, not quite. I made my way in somehow. Yeah, absolutely. If you're talking about the sandbox stuff. Let's see. Robin Hood says, learned about you, Rock 808, through Crypto Grady. You're doing phenomenal work. Oh, yeah, thanks. Crypto Grady has a really good stream. I like the energy that he provides. It's got some really good content right there. So definitely, I'm glad to see that he's getting so many viewers checking that out. And then, of course, he mentioned on his stream the other day that he and I have talked about doing a little bit of collaboration. And I think one of the things that we might start with as we do a little bit of collaboration is I might be hopping on his stream. In fact, Grady, if you're still out there and listening in, if you're busy, then don't worry about it. You don't need to hop on right now. But if you're kind of listening in the background, one of the things that we might end up doing is bringing me on for a few minutes on one of his shows to do some news stuff. And like right now, we're about to do the normal news. One of the things that I guess he appreciates about me and the things I do on my channel, every day we go through all of the DFK Discords and we kind of get caught up with, you know, have they given any announcements? Is anything new going on that we need to be looking at? And if I do team up with, well, if I say if I do, I'm almost positive we're going to team up to some extent. But maybe the thing should be when I team up with him a little bit more. I probably want to be a little bit more prepared than just the news. We'll probably also look at least a little bit at the jewel crystal pairs and maybe other tokens and what they're doing in the market right there. But also, I think we want to be looking at maybe a wider array of things going on, like Twitter accounts as well, right? So what are people doing in Twitter for DeFi Kingdoms, right? DeFi Kingdoms, and taking a closer look here at what are people saying. Maybe we'll have a list of Twitter accounts that we want to go and check also. Things like the Brown Gent, of course, we might be looking at. DeFi Kingdoms specifically, of course, we'd want to be looking at to see if there's any new information here. Because a lot of people give out information on Twitter as well. Inner Grove, all this kind of stuff. And sometimes people also have YouTube channels. Again, I'm thinking Inner Grove, Adventures in DeFi Kingdoms, Bogside Chat. And so if y'all are not subscribed to those YouTube channels as well, part of what I'd like to do in maybe Crypto Grady's news segment is to bring awareness to all of these other places that you could really get more content. Like just a few minutes ago, or I forget how far back it is now, but someone was mentioning, I guess Ryan was saying, so much DFK content today. I got to quit my day job. Is that there is a lot of content, but we might be missing a lot of it because we don't necessarily know where it all is. And so one of the things that I have been doing on my channel, maybe I need to do more of it myself, but I'm certainly going to be doing it as I team up with Crypto Grady here, is making more awareness to more people. And also, I think as we've started to say, one of the biggest things that we want to be doing now, I think, here in the bear market, especially since we don't have a lot of new players, one of maybe the whole community's goals should be to start bringing more awareness to DFK and start bringing more people in to at least look at it. And I don't know if a lot of people are going to join this week necessarily, but I think when Clayton opens up and the Gen0s that are going to be made available through Clayton blockchain and Jeweler 2.0 with C-Jewel becomes available, then I think that would be a great time to have a lot of new interest in the game. And especially because one thing that I remember from Crystal Vale is just being able to have access to the Gen0s or the raffle for the Gen0s really pumped me up. I remember that when I first started in DeFi Kingdoms, I think it was about a month or 2 months before Crystal Vale opened is when I started with DeFi Kingdoms. The Gen0s, I could tell I would like some of those Gen0s, but those Gen0s were way out of reach at the time. They were way too expensive. Land was way too expensive. Everything. In fact, it was hard at that time, back in March and April of this year. I guess middle of February might be about when I got in. Maybe I need to do some research and find out exactly when I got into DeFi Kingdoms. It was sometime around February, March, April. But I remember that the Perilous Journey was just about to happen. Maybe I had gotten in a couple of weeks or a month before Perilous Journey happened. And so I bought several more heroes at that time. I think before Perilous Journey, I just had one hero. It's all I could afford. And I was just kind of dabbling in DeFi Kingdoms. But then around Perilous Journey, I think I bought 5 more heroes on purposefully to send them all on Perilous Journey. So I just bought a bunch of floor heroes and I said, all right, we're sending all these guys off. I'm going to try to get a Gen0. And so again, they were pretty expensive back then. So I just bought about 4 or 5 more. Did not end up winning a Gen0, but that did, or the possibility of that did get me a lot more interest in the game. And I also put a lot of money into XJewel at the time, because XJewel, or holding XJewel, was another way to get access to some of those Gen0s. And then, of course, I got more into the liquidity pools as well, and so on. And so I think that when Clayton comes around, or as we start to open that up, I think it's a really good time that we might see a lot more interest. And why I'm saying this right now is because if we can start spreading the word, and something I'm thinking of is maybe more Twitter stuff. I'm thinking even about doing some TikTok videos, which I kind of hate TikTok. I think I used to have an account. I'm not sure if I even still have access to that account, but I'm wondering if maybe doing some TikTok videos for DFK would be good, a bunch more tweets, and then something that you can do with the tweets is you can have retweets, and maybe I want to do some giveaways or allow people to get entries in giveaways with retweets, which of course helps spread the word about new cool things in the space, right? So that's something that I think would help besides YouTube videos and the YouTube algorithm, but retweeting, TikToks, and TikTok sharing, whatever that's called, I think can help spread the word as well, right? Let's see. Bravo Slab says, around the time Mr. Winning was streaming. Yes, yeah. It was a little bit... Well, no, I think he might have already done a stream or two by the time I was starting with DFK. But of course, Mr. Winning absolutely was the person who brought me into DeFi Kingdoms. And I have not heard from Mr. Winning in months and months now. But that is who brought me in. All right, so we hatched our pet. That is fantastic. I've got a few more eggs. I'm wondering if we might want to do another one soon, or maybe one of these will be for the giveaway. In fact, tell you what, maybe what we'll do for this weekend's giveaway is we ought to incubate another one and hatch it on stream, and that will be the giveaway. What do you think? Yeah. All right, let's think about doing this. So if I bring an egg into the hatchery, incubate eggs, and select the egg, and we're going to take a blue egg right here. And let's say Gaia's Boon, it's going to, oops, not Gaia's Boon. Oh yeah, maybe Gaia's Boon. No, we don't need it in 20 seconds. So Gaia's Grace in 24 hours. But do we need to do that today? I guess to set it up so it's ready for Saturday could be fine. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So we are going to select another egg for incubation, and this is going to be the pet that we're going to give away in this Saturday's, we're going to be giving away this pet in this Saturday's giveaway. And this also gives us enough time to send out a couple of tweets about it and maybe get some more people interested in the giveaway and coming in here into the chat and spreading the word about the pet giveaway as well. So let's go ahead and choose Gaia's Grace. I think I have everything I need. I've got Lantern Eye and Iron Scale and all this kind of stuff. So we've got 24-hour incubation time, which we will actually hatch this on Saturday's stream and give it away to the winner, whoever that might be. So let's start that incubation period now. Oh, you know what? We're going to do one more thing. Pink Flame Day. Let's do another click of the rabbit in the box. My little superstition there. Pink Flame Day, we'll do the rabbit. And then we can come into the hatchery, because I don't know if the bonus there happens during the time you incubate or during the time you hatch. Let's go ahead and select Gaia's Grace and then start the incubation. Woohoo! And we'll give that away on Saturday then. Got to be in chat to win. Let's see. Bravo says, well, man, I told you the news. I might send you one copy to give away on stream or exchange for channel points over Twitch. Oh, cool. Yeah, good to see you here. And absolutely, thanks for the news. That does sound exciting. I'm glad you got something into your assets on Sandbox. That is big news, in fact. So here we're going to hatch blue pet eggs. Hatching time will be 24 hours, but we will not actually open it up until Saturday. So very cool. Let's see here. Ryan says, I came from Crypto Grady's live. The more the merrier, I say, as far as DeFi Kingdoms content creators go. Indeed, indeed. I would love for more content creators out there as well. In fact, one thing that Grady and I were talking about, I forget if we were mentioning this on stream or if it was during our call off stream, but some kind of coordination, maybe a little bit more coordination between some of us content providers where we could be kind of passing the baton from one stream to the next or one content creator to the next. And if we get enough content creators that could be set up through various times through the day on different days, then it might be like, hey, I'm ending my stream, but let's, is anyone here? One of the things I did when I was on Sandbox and I was streaming, there was more Sandbox streamers out there. Sandbox has got a little bit larger community. They've been around for a little bit longer and whatever. But I would say, is anyone in my chat right now, do they want to fire up their stream? And then, of course, every now and then someone would say, oh, yeah, I can start my stream up. And then I would say, all right, well, let's hang out here a little bit longer. And then, at least on Twitch, there was a way that we could do something called raiding. And I don't know if we can do that on YouTube, but maybe we should look that up. Where what that is when one streamer ends their stream, they actually dump all of the current viewers into the other person's live stream. And that was really good. It's a really good feature on Twitch, because then if I've got 50 people viewing my stream, which was about the normal when I was streaming Sandbox stuff, then those 50 viewers wouldn't be lost. They would be moved over to the next person that we're going into, and all of those viewers get the benefit of being able to continue watching different content based on whatever topic that we're doing, right? So DFK in this case. And that would be pretty cool. So one of the things that I want to do is I want to see if we have something similar on YouTube where we can raid into. And I'm not sure if I want to bore y'all here in chat right now with looking into YouTube functionality to see if we can do that. But I'll do it a little bit later. In the meantime, we've got a few people in the house. Let's see. Giovanni, welcome on in. Came from Crypto Grady Live as well. Absolutely. Welcome on in. Thanks for stopping by. For those of you that are just now coming in, we do giveaways every 30 minutes, or I should say we have a giveaway for raffle tickets every 30 minutes for the giveaway this coming weekend. So stick around for another 30 minutes at least, and we will do another giveaway here on stream that could set you up for winning this pet on Saturday. I have to run, Crypto Grady says. Love you. Absolutely, Crypto Grady. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for being here. And let me know when you're going live again, and we can try to work out something. Maybe I can pass some people on to you, and I can retweet some stuff to help people see what's going on in your stream as well. Let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about DFK. So on this morning's stream, I keep a spreadsheet of all kinds of stuff going on. Oops, let's see here. I think I've got a little bit more stuff than I want to look at here. Let's see, I'm going to X out of that window. And I'm going to select the Nightbot, which we don't really need. Oh, that's something a little different. We don't need that right now. So let's take a look at this. Okay. So I've got a spreadsheet over here for DeFi Kingdoms that I keep up with a lot of things. And I've got several accounts. For those of you that are just coming over from Crypto Grady, you're not really sure what is going on my channel. I've got 3 different DeFi Kingdoms accounts, DFK 1, 2, 3, and I've also got a play to earn investment account right here that is kind of community driven. If you want to join my Discord, It is the Darlantis Discord, and I can drop, for those people that are new, I can drop an invite here. Let's copy this invite. So I do a couple of things. One thing is, in the Darlantis Discord, there is a voice channel. If anyone wants to join me live, voice, you're welcome to come in and join the stream live if you want to have a voice conversation. I kind of leave that open to anybody. If you want to join live, rather than surprising me, I kind of would prefer that you just say, hey, can I come on live into the chat room? And then I can say yes, and you can come on in. But it is available here. Then also, under these, we've got a DeFi Kingdoms section with an 808 family account. And so I've got this wallet set up right here, 0xC8DD, so on, that I allow people in my stream, y'all, my viewers, to kind of manage or vote on what we want to do. So we've got a fair amount of Jewel in this account. What should we do with it? Should we buy more gardeners? Should we use funds to recompound? And then I let y'all vote. And whatever y'all vote on for things, what should we do with our daily crystal? And we can, of course, change the votes at any time. I think right now it looks like most people are wanting to convert that Jewel, or convert our crystal gains into Jewel, in expectation of the upcoming C Jewel, S Jewel, Jeweler. And so, based on this vote, this is what we do every morning on the Twitch stream. If y'all are not too familiar with Twitch, which I do know that several of the people that come from YouTube might not be very familiar with Twitch as far as a streaming platform and game streaming platform. So let me just drop that link in there as well if you want to watch the morning streams, when we go over and talk about all the spreadsheet stuff there as well. So we do have this spreadsheet that I'm working on to keep up with all this stuff. So this morning, what we were doing after we did news and after we did spreadsheet updates and all that other kind of stuff, I think we left it off with the fact that I had started to play around with the new, or I shouldn't say new, but with the DFK helper. It's new to me. Right? So we've got a waifu bot on one of these accounts that is managing questing heroes all day long. And that's something on the spreadsheet. We're seeing how much gains we have in comparison to how much we've got in the liquidity pools. So we're finding that with only $380 into a single liquidity pool and 4 gardening heroes, it seems that we're getting about 3 crystal or 2.5 crystal a day. And of course, if you do the math on that, then 2.5 crystal a day times 30 days in the month, then you're getting about 75 crystal a month. That's enough for 2 more floor heroes a month, or it's enough to really kind of recompound and boost your rewards in some of those liquidity pools, right? If you cash out of this today, then multiply that something by like 24 cents or something like that, and you're talking about $18 a month, which might not be that great necessarily, right? But if you are looking at 75 crystal per month, and if you hold on to that for a couple of months until we get out of the bear market, and then when some of these tokens maybe go up to 50 cents or hopefully $1 again, that means that the same 75 crystal that you get this month will soon, and when I say soon, in a couple of months, possibly be worth $75. Again, not financial advice for anybody, not a financial advisor, but that is what I'm looking at, so I definitely don't want to be selling right now. So besides the waifu bot, one of the other things that we're doing here is we are looking at the DFK helper, and I'm adding my, so they provide a spreadsheet where you can add all of your heroes into a spreadsheet and you can tell them what to do. So I'm sending the gardeners to gardening quests, I'm sending the miners to mining quests, and it manages all that for me, and it manages auto leveling up and all this kind of stuff. And so here we are seeing, or what I was working on this morning and hadn't quite finished, is the auto level ups for these second 2 heroes that I'm adding into this wallet right now. So let's see. So unfortunately, it looks like I'm being told in my messages that mining is an unsupported quest type for stamina vialing, that I'm trying to do stamina vialing here. That is likely to interfere with other heroes in this long duration quest. Please change the quest assigned. So that's too bad. I wanted to get Galena, I wanted to get her a higher value of mining, but maybe one thing that we could do here is maybe one thing that we're going to do is just not stamina vial her at the moment. Let's check her out real quick and see. Oops, that's not the right account. Let's go into the DFK1 account. And so for DFK1, looking at our heroes here, I think we've got 53 heroes in here now. 4 of them are Gen0s. So those are our 4 Gen0s here. And Galena is the one that is causing us a little bit of an issue right now that we need to take a closer look at. So with her, what I had been doing is sending her on mining quests, and then those mining quests, of course, take 4 hours. And then I had been using a stamina potion to send her back out. Since it looks like there's going to be a collision with this, possibly, although I don't have anyone else doing gold mining, so she's not going to be causing problems, that maybe I'll go ahead and keep her in here, but I definitely need to manually quest her, at least for a while. If I look at this, her strength is only 23 right now, and so I don't necessarily think that that's going to be great for training quests, right? Can we take a look at the infographic and get a better look at that? So in some of these infographics right here for training quests, we can see that for a 23 stat level, we're looking at falling into this range, which is a 33 to 40% success rate. I think I'd much rather wait maybe 2 more levels or so. I mean, she's only level 5 right now. So maybe waiting another 2 levels or so, we could get her up to a 31 stat strength, which means a 48 to 50% chance for success on each attempt. Right? I think that would make a little bit more sense to do training quests up there. But 23 strength, I don't necessarily know if that's going to be extremely helpful very quickly. So I don't mind waiting a little bit to send her on a 4-hour gold mining quest. So I think we're going to go ahead and do that here as well. So what that means for us is she is already at full stamina, 27, and I've unfortunately wasted a little bit of time thinking that she was going to be able to stamina potion with that. But if not, then we're going to have to quest her on our own. So let's go under quest list and under gold mining, which I don't have anyone else doing gold mining right now. And so we're going to say select Galena and send her on the way. Start that quest. And then the bot will be able to collect and so on. Let's go ahead and take a look here, or I should say, open up my phone alarm. So in 510 minutes is what I'm setting an alarm for, because I do have to do this manually to get her a stamina potion when she's in there, I think. We'll see if I have to or not. Maybe I don't have to. That'll be interesting to see if the bot will automatically give her a stamina potion once she's done, and then we'll just not be able to quest her on gold mining. But I'm going to set an alarm here for 5 hours and 10 minutes, and that means about 9:30 p.m. my time. So well after the stream today, we will be able to pick back up, collect her again. I'm also keeping track of how much she is making in experience points and in gold each quest for the levels that she's going through. So we saw when she was moving from level 4 to level 5, she was gaining about 155 average experience per quest. It took 33 or somewhere around there, 33 quests to get up from level 4 to level 5. I was questing about 4 times a day with those stamina potions. And the gold I was gaining was about 86.5 gold per quest. Now, going up from level 5 to level 6, it looks like, for some reason, the experience per quest is actually dropped slightly. We're at 153 experience per quest. It looks like it might take 40 quests, which is going to be about 10 days, to get up to level 6. However, the gold that we're getting now is about 90.3 gold per quest. So that's about a 4 gold increase over the previous level average. And I have a feeling that once Galena starts to go up in, well, not that I have a feeling, I guess it's just a matter of waiting. But as soon as Galena starts to go up in her mining skill more, then we're going to see that gold income rise as well, right? Also, something I should mention is, let's go into the tavern. The tavern should also allow us to list heroes for hire. And Galena's in a cooldown period right at the moment. But here, Gen0 should be listed for hire. And I don't know why he's not right now. Here we've got Remnella is on for hire for 25 and Harsalt for 35. This one's a little bit more just because of the fact, I think mostly the higher value is because this one's only has 9 summons. And of course, it's with less summons, it's less cost to do a summons. Also, it is a seer gardening hero with a green wisdom, which all kind of matches up as well. So I think pairing up Harsalt with a gardener, or looking or aiming towards gardening, could actually be a pretty good pair. But here we have Gen0. Why isn't Gen0 getting listed for hire? And we need to take a look at our spreadsheet a little bit more here and see. So here we've got this pirate mining. And if we look at auto rent for 25, I think that should do it right there. So I'll need to ask Coolio why that isn't being auto rented. All right. Let's take a look at some of these other things here. So we've got for Galena, We've got it turned off for auto leveling at the moment. And I think what we were waiting on is to get something. We want to have her go up in strength. So I think what I need to do is I was going to buy a might crystal for her next level up. So let's go ahead and look at how we can do that here. I think a might crystal is going to be fairly expensive. Let's go into the marketplace, into the trader, and let's look at DFK might crystals right here. And if we just want one of those, it's going to be 58 jewel. How much do I have in jewel right now? I hate to spend my jewel. I'm trying to hold on to jewel as much as I can. I guess it might not really matter. If I'm spending crystal on something, it just means that I'm not able to convert that crystal into jewel. So maybe what we want to do here is go ahead and spend the 58 jewel. I may as well let's check this out down here. So liquidity, 4.3% impact. Let's go for crystal instead, and let's see if there's any difference in this. So it looks like here, if we're trying to use crystal, it looks like it is going to convert it to jewel first. So we may as well just go to jewel right away. So I need about, tell you what, let's move all of this crystal over to jewel. And that is going to be, oops, let's go max right there. So 8.86 crystal, and we don't want to do all of it actually because we need some for level up. So let's just go all but one. That's going to be 12 more jewel, and actually we don't even need that, do we? We really only need 3 plus 3 is 6. So let's do 3.5 or 4. That's close enough. 4 crystal into jewel and swap that. All right. Confirm that on the blockchain. That's going to give us enough jewel to buy the might crystal plus a little bit more jewel. I'm hoping that I've got, yeah, about 61 or so. So now we can use the jewel to buy the might crystal, DFK might crystal, and say 158 jewel. That's crazy. So we're going to swap that out, confirm, and confirm again. All right. So now in my inventory, we should see that we're going to have a might crystal in here somewhere. We've got some lesser might crystals right here already. Let's refresh this. Inventory. And see how that goes. All right. So there we've got one of these might crystals. We've got 5 of these lesser might crystals in here. And that might crystal is going to allow Galena to have a much higher chance to get another boost in her strength when we do that. So rather than, let's go under my heroes and Galena again, and the boosts right here under growth. So it's going to add a 5% to the 80, but it's also going to add 30% chance to here. So we'll end up with 37% chance. It's going to provide a much better likelihood to gain a secondary growth point in strength also, which would really help out a lot. 7.5 is not great. Even with that, though, we're already looking at a 23 strength, but she's not going to go up nearly as fast with this wizard, with this wizard subclass. They're just not going to get as much strength in their boost there. But we do have wisdom and intelligence being a 20% for those because of that, the wizard there. But still a Gen 0, so I love it for that fact. So now what we can do is we can come back over to this spreadsheet and look at Galena, and we can say, I do want to use a might crystal when we level up, and we will now set this to be true. So when we do level up, we're going to level up strength as stat number 1. Stat 2 and 3 are going to be vitality and endurance. This is a berserker with mining, Gen 0. So we've got our mining skill. She's going to mining, but there's a little bit of an issue with stam potting on that. We do have enough stam pots to bring her up to, I think, level 6. If not, I've got enough gold and other supplies to buy those stamina potions when they are needed. And now we just need to maybe manually resend her on a quest, but I think that means that Galena is set in the spreadsheet to work properly now. So the last one I think that we need to worry about is Inax Kradalak, who is a paladin miner. And so we've got over here endurance, strength, vitality. We are going on, they are minor, but we're sending them to endurance questing. And let's go ahead and also check him out real quick. I think he's got a ways to go. Levels, descending. And I think they've got a ways to go before they do level up right here to level 11. If we flip that card over, we're going to see an endurance of 28 on there. Plus it's blue, which means I think it gets 3 more points added to the training quest. So it's really going to be a 31. In fact, for an endurance, which is that? Is that hunting party? Start quest, endurance, select. Yeah, so here we have Inax. Does have endurance as the highest, and because of the blue stat, we get a 31 as opposed to the 28 that we see there. So 3 extra points because we have the blue stat. So that's really good. And again, that falls into, with that infographic we were looking at, that 31 endurance points brings it up to a 48 to 50% chance to succeed on each attempt. And then, of course, we've got the rewards for the attempts listed right there as well. All right. Let's see here. Because we're going to be trying to really boost up endurance for this, and this is not a Gen 0 hero, then I think we're ready to set this to be true. This one's not a Gen 0, but we definitely do want a normal fortitude crystal on this one, I think. Let me check a sheet that I have where I kind of am keeping track of what I want to do with these heroes. I've got a special cases section for different names of heroes. I don't see that NX is a special case. So for paladins and miners, we are using a might crystal normally. For paladins miners, I normally give a might crystal, but I think I want to do something a little bit different. So if we're looking at this here and we look at our percent bonuses, normally strength and endurance for the paladins are both at 80 as well as vitality. So we've got 80 strength, 80 vitality, and 80 endurance. But because we've got an 82 right here, and because we've got a 17.75 in the secondary growth, which gives it a little bit better chance in strength and endurance as well, then I'm giving a little bit of an edge on this particular hero to endurance. And in that case, we definitely want to be using I think fortitude for that, right? However, not a fortitude crystal, but a lesser fortitude, actually. Okay. And we can take a look at that again on the infographic right here, where we can see that for fortitude, we've got fortitude crystals with endurance is what matches up with those right there. All right. So this is all part of the setup or configuration for the DFK helper. And so that's what I was working on today. And I think that brings us in line with the new heroes that we moved over. I think they're all set in here at this point. The only other thing that we need to do, which maybe I should start doing right away, is we need to go over all of these other heroes that I have and making sure that we level up their stats appropriately. So the most important ones are the Gen0s. So we've got these two Gen0s here, which we're keeping track of. In fact, let's go for, instead of the lesser might stones, let's go for just a might crystal. I say stone, but I meant crystal. Let's go for a might crystal there and an insight crystal here. So for the Gen0s, we're going to give them full or standard level crystals rather than the lesser crystals. And we'll leave the lesser crystals for the other heroes that are not Gen0s. All right. Then all the Gen0s are taken care of. So now let's take a look at some other things. I do want to keep a couple of these heroes. Oh man, you know what? Unfortunately, I think I might have just lost out on all my level 1s. Let's see if that has happened or not. So when I was using the waifu bot on this account, I had some level 1s. Let's take out levels, ascending. And here, oh man, I do. I've only got 2 level 1s left. And so this one right here, we probably want to wait on. It looks like we just got up to this. So this is number 35, 35.6. $35, 35.6 right here. False. Oops, false. Let's try to stop that before that happens. might be too late already. Let's just see if we caught it in time. Levels. Maybe we caught it in time. And then this one right here is getting close to leveling up as well. And let's see here. This one is 35,246. 35,246. Let's false that one as well. So unfortunately, I didn't catch a couple of them in time. I had a couple of... Oh, these unfortunately are not the level ones that we wanted to keep anyway. So, Chaz is one of them. No, Chaz is not. Peronis, Montserrat, Ingar, Empyrean, and Posey were the ones that I wanted to keep. So these can level up. That's fine for those to level up. And unfortunately, Ingar right here, and Montserrat, and Empyrean, and Posey, unfortunately, all of those ended up leveling up. And they were my level 1s for the Baby Cup for Fight Club. And unfortunately, they had leveled up now. Yikes. There's Ingar at level 2. Fawn, level 2. Montserrat, Posey. So that is a little unfortunate. I'll tell you what we're going to do, though. Let's go ahead and lock them in from leveling up again. So let's stop these from going up anymore. Ingar, Montserrat, Empyrean, Posey, Fawn. All of these right in here. False, false, false. And maybe we can keep them at level 2. And that could still be good for us. On. This is the last one right here. All right, so that's true. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What was our 5th one? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we had Posey, Empyrean, we had Montserrat, Ingar, oh, and Peronis, which is right here. False. And Peronis, is he already... He's still level 2 also. Okay. So maybe there's something that we can still do with them being level 2. And they were a pretty good combination of heroes. I'm going to have to find some new heroes. Oh, but tell you what, Yash, let's go ahead and do something with Yash here. Let's go ahead and keep Yash still at false. And the reason for that is being a Dark Knight priest, that might have some advantage, and a rare, or I'm sorry, an uncommon. Maybe there's going to be some benefit to that for a Baby Cup. Pirate. Tell you what, I'm also going to do this one too, just because I don't want to have to buy a bunch of level 1s again. So we're just going to have our other level 1s be false as well. Those specific levels will stay there. So I've got several heroes that I'm not going to automatically level up. All right. The next thing that we want to do right here is get into some of these that are going to level up and specify what we need to do to get those level up. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check to see here with XP descending to see which ones are already ready to level up. So of course, here's one. None of the others look like they're actually ready to level up yet. Gomont will be soon, probably at the end of this quest. So we'll see if that happens. Okay. In the meantime, let me come over here to this sheet and try to see about some other special cases. So we've got 8763, right? Oh, maybe I don't have that one anymore. No, I don't think I have that one anymore. Let's see. Check out some of these others. There's one, I think. 107. Let's see, is this the right one? Mothdan? I don't think so. All right, so then let's move down to archers. So we've got priests. So all of the priests, priest foraging, we're going to take a look at first. And I've got a little note here that priest foraging should get intelligence, wisdom, and endurance. Intelligence, wisdom, and endurance. Pirate gardening, we're going to get vitality, strength, and dexterity. Ninja gardening. Agility, dex, and luck is what I'm going to set it at. And I can see that going through hundreds of these heroes, if you had 1,000 of these, man, that would be tough, wouldn't it? Next one is going to be sage gardening. I think that's a good combination. So we're going to get wisdom, intelligence, and agility. And for this one also, we are going to add an attunement crystal of lesser insight. Just because sages make good gardeners, so we want to help boost that a little bit as well. Next one we're looking at is thief gardening. That's going to be agility, luck, and dex. Let's see, Robin Hood. Besides Rock 808 and Crypto Grady, who are some other dedicated DeFi Kingdom gurus? I'm dedicating my channel for DeFi Kingdom guru influencers. Oh yeah, absolutely. So let's take a look at that real quick. Good question. So if we go over to YouTube, obviously Crypto Grady has a bunch of videos for that. I would say if you look at DeFi Kingdoms here, maybe looking on YouTube could be something else that you might want to start with. Probably the DeFi Kingdoms channel itself, you might not be including in that as well. 3 months ago for this, I have not heard of Follow Mike Wynn before. 3 months ago, if we open up the tab for this, look at all the videos here. Looks like there's a lot of other things that he talks about. And I'm not subscribed to his channel. Not that he's bad, but I guess I just haven't heard a lot about this yet. So you might look at that. I don't know how influential he is, but that was 3 months ago. There is going to be a few other things too. Team Zane I haven't heard of before, but if they've got something for DeFi Kingdoms, that's 8 months ago too. So again, I'm not going to open up every single one of these, but this might be something that you would want to do yourself to see, is DeFi Kingdoms something that they put out more regularly? So it looks like they do have something from 2 days ago, right? It looks like also they're not English. They are some other language here as well. And it looks like they might not have a really big... Looks like they do some DeFi Kingdoms, but they're doing other things as well. But this might be substantial. And I don't know if you are going to be including influencers in a different language, but look at this. We've got 93 views, 142 views, 96, 105. And it looks like most of their highest viewed content is from DeFi Kingdoms, and Pathfinder, even though there's a lot more videos, has less views in each of it. I'm not sure if you are interested in including influencers in other languages, but I think that could be good. There are lots of non-English speakers involved in these games. That could be good. Now let's see what else that we've got here. If we take a look at this, so some of the other things that I would say, Swiss Crypto Guy is somebody that talks a lot about the DFK helper updates. I'm not sure that he's got a lot of other DFK videos than this, but he does seem to put out a few there. Let's see. Some other ones that I'm going to know about life. This is a new guy, and I might encourage us to bring him into the fold here a little bit. I don't want to say that he's particularly knowledgeable about a lot of things. I've only seen 1 or 2 of his videos, and he was wrong about a few things that he was saying. But in fact, I wanted to do a reactionary video with at least one of his videos, just to kind of not necessarily call him out, but what I wanted to do was to have a reaction video where maybe I could get him. So one thing he does do in maybe his videos, let's see if he's going to do it here too. But there were some times when a couple of his videos, he was saying, if you know anything more or whatever, just, please let me know, because he admits that he's new, and he admits that he's still trying to learn things. And so it might be kind of good to make him aware of some of us. I can't imagine that he's doing things with DeFi Kingdoms and he's not watching the rest of us, right? But I wouldn't mind bringing him in to a stream and talking about some stuff. That could be really cool. So maybe reaching out to him. It looks like he's putting out a little bit of content, right? It's not all DeFi Kingdoms. There's a lot of other stuff he's doing here, but there are a couple of DeFi Kingdoms videos. So maybe that is somebody else that you might want to reach out to. Let's see here. Let's go back a little bit. Let's see what else we've got here. Climb Crypto, of course. I would say Climb Crypto is probably got some good videos and a lot of viewers that you might want to look into as well. I can't imagine that Climb Crypto wouldn't be on your list already. 16,000 subscribers. He does cover a lot of other things besides DeFi Kingdoms, but if you're looking at some of these videos here, DeFi Kingdoms, 22,000 views for these DeFi Kingdoms videos, 22,000 views for this one. Looks like a quick start here, 45,000 views for this one. This says 11 months ago, but I know, let's see, videos, all, going live with Ogre a couple of days ago. But I bet you could come through here and see. But this would be somebody else that I definitely would include if you haven't already. Let's see. The Brown Gent. Crypto Grady mentions Brown Gent quite a bit. I've watched a lot of Brown Gent videos. I understand that Brown Gent has been doing more DeFi Kingdoms videos more recently. So it looks like 1 month ago, we've got one here. Big secret, this is about DeFi Kingdoms as well, 2 weeks ago. And I don't know, maybe that is one of their last videos from 2 weeks ago. But definitely DeFi Kingdoms discussing Heroes of Crypto Grady. So they were doing some stuff together. Definitely somebody that you would want on as an influencer here. Crypto Tro, here's somebody else that I watch a few of their videos for as well. So I'm not sure all the videos that they do, but looks like just 3 days ago did more DeFi Kingdom stuff and a bunch of DeFi Kingdoms videos mixed in here with a bunch of other things as well. So that would be someone else that I would recommend. Let's see, Crypto Stash. So Crypto Stash, of course, does a lot of different type of content as far as crypto games go in general, and not a ton of DeFi Kingdoms content, but he does have 93,000 subscribers, and there is a bit of DeFi Kingdoms content here available as well. You might have to hunt through it a little bit because he does so much other stuff. But I would say this is definitely someone else that would be a big influencer when he does do DeFi Kingdoms videos. So definitely in Crypto Stash as well. Let's see, who else we got? Of course, Crypto Grady, we all know. Crypto for Thought, I've never heard of this person. 9 months ago, and again, some people have just gotten out in the bear market and they might not be doing videos anymore, but it might be good, even these people that have videos from a long time ago, maybe to reach out to them again and say, hey, we're still alive. Hey, you know, DeFi Kingdoms is still growing. But as you look here, 9 months ago, lots of DeFi Kingdom content. DeFi Kingdom, buy the dip, strategies, smarts. So it looks like all of these videos are DeFi Kingdom stuff, even up to 6 months ago. So maybe the bear market has kind of soured the taste a little bit. But maybe if some of these people know that there's a strong and thriving influencer community in DFK, that maybe we could bring them in to the fold a little bit and maybe have more of these people start to come back, right? And maybe that's something that you could help out with, Robinhood. Let's see. Jesse Eckel, remember I've watched a couple of his videos before. 165,000 subscribers, so definitely big influencer in the space in general. Is he still doing DeFi Kingdoms content, or how much? I don't know. You'd have to look at it, but I do know that I've seen some videos from him on DFK every now and then. Let's see. Family Guy at Home. Haven't looked at any videos from this person. 1.75 thousand subscribers, which is pretty decent, I guess. Small time guy. Videos, I guess we can take a quick look at. And it does look like 9 hours ago. Look at this. Doing lots of videos here. 21 hours ago, DeFi Kingdoms. 1 day ago, DeFi Kingdoms. 1 day ago, DeFi Kingdoms. So why haven't I heard of this guy? let's do a subscribe and a ring a bell. And I think maybe later today I'm going to start watching some videos. So obviously, very recently, looks like if we go further back, not a lot of DeFi Kingdoms content. So maybe is just starting to get into it. I would say maybe not a lot of viewers for some of these things, but a couple hundred for these that are a day old. Maybe they just need to get viewed for a little bit longer. So that might be someone to take a look at. Yada Crypto. Let's see. Again, you might look at more of these. I'm not going to go through each one of these, I guess. But we can see a bunch of people here. Bogside Chats, that would be another one that I would instantly know the name of, and you would want to take a look at. Bogside Chats. Let's see. Who else? Just Adventures in DeFi Kingdoms, of course, YouTube channel. Definitely pops out. Christian Peter is somebody else that I would definitely say to reach out to. He's been on Brown Gent's channel to talk about DeFi Kingdoms a little bit, or maybe Brown Gent has been on with him a little bit. He's got quite a few DeFi Kingdoms videos. He hasn't put out much recently, and I feel that that might have to do with the fact that, again, maybe the downturn in the market, maybe there was a little bit of burn with the Harmony hack or Luna or a bunch of other stuff that might have caused him to take a step back a little bit more. But that would be someone else I'd reach out to. Looks like most of his videos are DeFi Kingdoms related. He just doesn't put out videos, or hasn't put out very many videos very recently. But if we look at this, 13,000 subscribers, loves DFK in general, I would say reach out to this guy and try to bring him back in. And if you're going to be doing influencers and dedicating your channel to influencers, interviewing this guy, bringing him onto your channel could also maybe help to inspire him to do more videos himself. Let's see. None of these other names are jumping out at me at the moment. But even though not all of these names are jumping out at me, I still think that if you want to dedicate your channel to influencers, that for you, it might be better to come through here and do several things. Like this guy, never heard of him before. But for each of these, you might want to open up their page, see how many subscribers they have, to see how important they might be as an influencer, even if they're not doing DFK stuff or a lot of DFK stuff. That if we can get DFK, if we can get one of these larger influencers that do like crypto and that have done a DFK video in the past to do another one or be interviewed again, that could be really good. Maybe get some of these on your YouTube channel, maybe on mine, Crypto Grady, somebody else, bring them back in and say, hey, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about that? Then that might be very helpful and maybe pull in more eyeballs to DFK content. Let's see here. DigiProfits. So DigiProfits would be another one that I would say I've heard a few videos or watched a few videos from him. Only 627 subscribers. That's crazy. I would have thought that DigiProfits would have had a lot more subscribers than that. He's got a lot of videos out. He covers a lot of good crypto types of things. I do watch several of his videos just about, of course, here's one on DFK duels, but also jewel price, where things are headed, pet hatching, so a bunch of stuff, but also just the market in general, all right? When is the bottom for the crypto market and a bunch of other stuff. So I would definitely say, even though he's only got 627 subscribers, he definitely is very prolific at putting out videos, lots of videos, and I think he's got some good things to say as well. Let's see, who else? Oh, Alex Moneton. This guy right here is one of the really big influencers that has left and has not been back. So 7,000 subscribers. So a lot of eyeballs looking at his stuff. And if we take a look here for videos, we can see I sold my jewel, and that was 5 months ago, and he's out. Right? So this was one of the guys that I feel really got tied in with a lot of the FUD and the Harmony hack stuff and a bunch of other things. He had been really bullish on DeFi Kingdoms, you can see, video after video after video, right? But then finally ended up getting out here. I would say maybe reaching out to him to show that, hey, we still exist, we're still around, we're still doing things. That could be someone who, if they're this prolific with videos, then we would like someone like that back on the team and to see that things are still going strong for us. Let's see. Cryptocurrency. Here's somebody else that I would say is got some pretty decent DeFi Kingdoms content. If we look at all the videos, only 1.6 thousand subscribers, but again, some good videos and really likes DeFi Kingdoms. So if we look here, we can see that over the past month or two, most of his videos are DeFi Kingdoms related. Looks like all of them right here are DeFi Kingdoms related, right? And so I would say this would be someone else to reach out to. I've watched a lot of his videos as well. Let's see. Coin Traders Daily. I probably have seen a video or two of theirs, but 56,000 views on that video. That seems like quite a bit. I'd look into that. Let's see here. Crypto Tro, why I'm buying an army of heroes. Nice. Climb Crypto with 12,000 views on some of these videos. So I guess that's what I would look at. Look at the number of subscribers they have. Look at how many views their videos are getting. And, you know, even if they haven't been making a lot of videos recently, maybe we can bring them back into the fold. Of course, here's Cryptos Are Us with George. You've heard Crypto Grady talk about him every now and then as well. I don't want to say a lot of bad things, but I think this is one of the guys who, again, was believing a little bit of the FUD and unfortunately kind of dumped all their DeFi Kingdom stuff, and it hasn't been back since then. So it's understandable that, of course, some people hear bad news and, you know, they don't want their money to be lost. And so sometimes it's easier just to, hey, there's bad news here, I'm out. And if it gets better later, then maybe I'll be back. But here we see that we've got 651,000 subscribers, and his videos are getting, you know, 30,000 to 100,000 or 75,000 views each. This would definitely be somebody that you would want to reach out to. Again, I've mentioned this to Crypto Grady as well, is that maybe we do want to reach back out to George and say, hey, we're still alive, we're still going. Can you take another look at the project and see what you think at this point, right? I've heard he's really hard to get in touch with, in that he is such a large YouTuber now that you're going to have to go through a helper of his or an assistant before you can even have him look at your email or something, perhaps. But I would say that somebody who had been pretty bullish on DFK, and he has such a large viewer base, if you want to get DeFi Kingdoms in front of more eyeballs again, and if you want DeFi Kingdoms to be redeemed in some eyeballs that had been maybe originally a while back disenfranchised or scared off from DeFi Kingdoms, then getting it in front of these guys or these level of YouTubers is probably the way to go, right? Although it might take a little work to get those people to look or answer or reply to you. Let's see. Gen DeFi. Haven't heard of them. And then, of course, there could be some others in some different languages, which you could look at as well. Shiba Crab, not sure about that. But that's only 1 month ago. Let's see. Also, I might say reaching out to some women could be good too. I think a lot of the times we've got a disparity there with men and women who are players. I would hate to think that DFK is mostly appealing to men, but it might be good to get in the eyeballs of some women. My sister really got excited about pets and, well, actually not pets necessarily, but heroes and summoning and the genes, or actually the genetics of doing some summoning things. And so one of the things that we might want to think about is that for female players especially, a player versus player might not be necessarily, of course, there's lots of women who are all for player versus player, but there might be other avenues that we could take that maybe for us guys, we might not care about in general, like pets or some kind of aesthetic gene pools. I know that Crypto Grady, myself, and several other people, when like Mosh and Starbuck, when they've talked about genetics for heroes, they're like, we don't care about the visual genetics and all this kind of stuff. And, you know, that might be something that we don't care about now, but maybe later on down the road that would matter, right? And so that could be something that maybe some women are more interested in. Of course, I'm interested in visual genetics too, to some extent, so it's not just women, right? But yeah, so keeping things or looking at another perspective, I think, is going to be very good, and it might open up the game to another group of people that might not otherwise be looking at it, right? My sister is not interested in player versus player for fighting very much at all, but she is interested in the genetics of summoning heroes and how that plays out. And she might be interested in some stuff with pets and hatching pets and doing maybe some other things with pets as well. So, let's see. Are you saying that men play DeFi Kingdoms? Yeah, gross. There are a few. You know what would get more women into the game? What do you think would get more women into the game? I'm doing a DFK hub for dedicated DFK gurus doing content. Thanks for going through all of those things. Absolutely. And I would say, yeah. So Robinhood, I'm sure we could keep going down this list, but I think that gives you a good idea. Oh, Inner Grove, something I'm surprised we hadn't seen a video from Inner Grove yet. But if Inner Grove is not on your list already, they definitely need to be. Sergeant Filthy McNasty is someone that pops into my head right off the bat that I haven't seen a video from them yet. I'm kind of surprised. But definitely Sergeant Filthy McNasty, you would want to be on that list as well. And I don't think I've seen a video for him, but those are the couple that pop into my head right away. Laptop says, making a good game. Yeah, everybody wants a good game, right? And that is one of the things, Laptop, that we don't really have right now is a good playable game for something. Exactly right. I mean, it's kind of fun to be playing around with genetics and looking at hero comparisons and trying to match up or get a transcendent ability. There is something fun, I think, about that. But I think there's also a lot of people that don't necessarily, you know, how much fun can you have with that? Some people have a lot of fun. Maybe there's also a certain type of person, maybe I want to say like with OCD, I think this and the genetics kind of calls to the OCD part of my brain where I want to try to match these things up to get a transcendent hero in a certain way or a certain combination of traits. And I don't mean the visual traits, I mean the the stat genetics right here for active and passive and all this kind of stuff, right? But that takes a specific type of person. I do have people that are watching my streams that they aren't interested in, you know, this type of quote game of matching up genetics. They want a fighting action game, more like what was that kickboxing video game? Oh man, I'm forgetting the Kung Fu one. I'm forgetting the name of it right off the top of my head. I never really liked to play it myself, but it really was a very popular stand-up arcade game for a long time. Yep. And so that's the type of fighting game that some of these people are looking for, or a good action game. I'm thinking of things like Fortnite. You know, what if DFK provided a first-person shooter type of game like Fortnite and threw 100 of us with heroes? So what you do is you would take one of your heroes that had some certain types of skills and abilities, and there might be other type of skills that were like maybe fire making or some kind of hunting ability for food or something like that, and then threw us into where we could select our own team. So it might be you and me and two other guys that jump down into a world or an environment where we have to survive not only against other players, where it's a player versus player, but maybe also against the environment where we have to, you know, catch food, or we have to, you know, hunt and fish. Maybe there's some other things that we need to do, craft a weapon to use against some things. And I could see something very much like Fortnite, right? But that's a totally different type of first-person action player versus player game that we could easily have if some game developer would just develop that, right? With the Unity game engine, maybe that could be done fairly easily or quickly, or at least something very basic could be done fairly quickly and easily. Let's see, Gregory here says duels and summoning are kind of fun. Trading, DeFi, ARB, liquidity, yeah. So some of us that are still here do find those things kind of fun, but you can't ignore the fact that if duels and summoning were fun, or were that fun, then there would be a bunch of games out there on the internet already that do something similar. And of course, I guess you could say that Pokemon and Axie Infinity are type of card games, player versus player card game type of things that are very popular, right? But we need at least that at first, something to go from for there. But games like Warcraft or real-time strategies, StarCraft, Warcraft, also games like Fortnite and so on, those games have millions of players. And they are, those games don't even pay you to play. They're not even crypto games where you can make money off of. And some of those games, you're even paying other people, other companies to play those games. But people love it so much, it's such a good game, that people are paying to play those games. And that's the kind of thing that we need here in DFK. Laptop says, it kind of looks like Pokemon actually. Yeah, and I'm not a huge fan of Pokemon, right? So I'm not personally overly excited about the PvP stuff that I feel is coming down the road. I'm probably going to play it. It's just going to be what we have. I'm sure that by playing that, I'm going to get the ability to win some Gen0s, but I am not interested in Pokemon. I'm not interested in Axie Infinity. That type of game just does really not interest me. And I feel like that's what we're about to get. So even though I'm going to play because I love DFK, that is not, that's not going to hold me over for a long amount of time. Hopefully we're going to get a different array and variety of games as well, because some people do love those games. And I'm glad to have that, which is going to be bringing in a lot more people playing that than we have right now. But I hope that a larger array and variety of games are coming sometime soon. You're saying, except instead of monsters, it's fighters. That could be a good game, actually. I'm personally just S-posting, so I don't know if it's actually good or not. Yeah. And I gave you my feedback already there, too. This is not something, this is not the type of game that I'm super excited about, except for the fact that it's going to be player versus player in DeFi Kingdoms, and I'm just excited for anything new that comes down that alley. Gregory says, GameFi, DeFi man, buy low, sell high, ARB through the vendor and stuff to buy. The rumor sells the news, or buy the rumor, sell the news, all kinds of fun opportunity. Yeah, so that's the type of game that and GameFi itself, gamified finance, is something that I do appreciate. And that is one of the reasons why I'm still here in DFK, is because this type of thing is another type of game that I like. I like my OCD part of me likes the matching of summoning heroes, a little bit of random number generation game in there as well is kind of fun. And then, of course, just the idea that we're getting in early on a project, and also just the fact that it's a kind of a medieval fantasy style game, or has the potential of being something like that, also is appealing to me just on a game level as well, outside of any of the finance stuff, right? And let's see. Here we've got 97A coming in and say it's sort of like D&D. Yep, absolutely. Some people really have fun with the cerebral aspects of the game. Some love the role-playing aspects. Some people want to play action versions, right? And I think over time, we're going to see a lot more of these different varieties and arrays of games coming in to this, right? So that'll be good. We're all going to be building, or maybe many developers are going to be building on the blockchain. Absolutely. All right, guys, I see that it is a little after 5 p.m., and so I want to go ahead and wrap up stream right now. I've been streaming for a little over 2 hours. We got a late start today because we're watching Crypto Grady stream. There's so much DFK content coming out. I just discovered one or two more new DFK content providers out there making some YouTube videos that I think I want to look at tonight as well. So that could be kind of good. Robinhood, are you, I think what you said is you wanted to do something with the guru game influencers, DeFi Kingdoms. If you have a link, if you have a channel that you are doing yourself, drop the link in my channel right here. One of the things that, for those of you that haven't been watching me for too long, I love to support the community, whatever community I'm in at the time. And I really want community members to feel okay in kind of shilling their own projects to some extent. Of course, there's a difference between spamming, but I definitely, if you've got a project or something that you're working on, or a new video that's come out or something like that, absolutely, I want to hear about that, and I want y'all to share links and content and all that kind of stuff. So Robinhood, if you have a YouTube channel already, drop a link for us here in chat, and let us check that out. I'll check that out after my stream ends here, and maybe even on stream. If you've already got some videos up, we can talk about some of those videos tomorrow on stream after I watch them this evening. Also, if any of y'all know some other content providers, or even some people, some influencers on Twitter that we might want to be watching, because maybe they've got some really good insight. Like Ogre, I think I've heard that Ogre might be starting a YouTube channel or something pretty soon, or maybe doing more videos sometime soon. But also some of these people might be a little bit more active on Twitter, and that might be good for us to go over. Like when I'm doing my news on Crypto Grady's channel pretty soon, I think Crypto Grady's going to be giving me a little bit of time on his channel, because he wants a little news segment, and I guess he feels that I'm kind of good at that kind of thing. And looking at strong influencers' Twitter feeds is something else that I want to include in that as well. But anyway, guys, I don't see any new input here from Robinhood. Robinhood, I don't know if you're still lurking there in the background or not, or if you've hopped off for the day. It is after 5 p.m. So let me go ahead and wrap things up right here. Guys, I really appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Thanks so much. Robinhood, Laptop, Gregory, 9A7A has been in here recently. Giovanni, if you're still hanging out, Bravos Labs, I think left a little while back. But if you're still listening in the background, Potatoes, if you're still here, Sardo, Crypto Grady had to run. He was here a little earlier. Mystical Meows, if you're still here, thanks for showing up. Ryan, and all these people, Nobel, Mike, and anyone else I'm forgetting as I'm scrolling back up through here. Thanks for hanging out with me today. It's been a lot of fun. We are going to be streaming on Twitch tomorrow morning with more chances and opportunities to win some of those raffle tickets. We are going to be giving away a pet this Saturday. And you've got to be here watching the streams to get those raffle tickets for it. 30 minutes after every hour that we're streaming is when we give out those tickets. So if we come over into the hatchery, into the incubate, I have got, oops, not on this account, but on my other account over here. We've got that egg sitting in there, and it is waiting. It'll be done tomorrow. It'll be incubated, but we are going to hatch it on Saturday to whoever the winner is from the name drawing. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to be here 30 minutes after each hour that I'm streaming. You're going to want to pick up these NFT reward tickets. And then on Saturday, you're going to use those reward tickets on our wheel of names to see who wins that. At any rate, enough of this for today. Thanks for being here, guys. And until I see y'all either tomorrow morning or afternoon, rock out.